follow the sentence that the judge gives. Some sit in the cells with their books. They use the time to feed their minds, don't care about the dirty looks. Yo, I take for what it took to be a crook. Push your head, yo, I'll never...
Hey everyone, welcome to Shoot the Shit Saturday night, where tonight we'll talk the week of pro wrestling, June 20th, 2022 through tonight, which is June 25th, 2022. What's going on, everyone? I'll bring everybody in. Sorry for the lateness tonight, but you know what I mean? Saturday night. And I only know one altar boy in this group, and he was on first, and I'll bring him in. Mr. AJP, the first thing he's going to say is, I got to be up early tomorrow. I got church, and that's all right.
Well, it's okay. I watch it online, so if I get up around 9 in the morning, I'll be okay.
All right, brother. How's things?
Oh, I'm all right. Not too bad. Interesting week of wrestling, but not as big news as last week, but a little interesting week of wrestling.
Cool, man. I'm going to bring everybody in so we can get this party started. The producer extraordinaire, the M-I-C-K to the Y, B-Y-G-G-S, Biggie Biggs.
You got my party favor right here. Some show prep for tonight. Some cherry-flavored moonshine. Almost a whole jar of it gone. I'm feeling pretty good right now.
All right. We'll bring in the AP to
the circus is in town.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm glad you could join us.
I didn't think you were going to make it, you tard.
Yeah. It's 9:30.
9:30. I'm going to shove that phone up your ass, Pelly, if it goes off again.
I turned it down. I'm sorry.
He ain't sorry, Pelly. Tell him to shut up.
You shut up.
Stop agreeing.
Stop agreeing. Up to butt fuck me and slap you.
Stop agreeing with everybody. James Forbes will be all over you.
I was at work and I went to the sidewalk. I was on the sidewalk, and I swear to you, there's a guy that walked down the sidewalk and he had a whole clown suit on.
Oh, it's Forbesy. He must have been visiting your country.
He had the most colorful clothes, and the only way I can describe the clothes he had on was a clown. Forgive me for saying, but
Forbesy rides again.
Hey, you know,
we know that shit stain's not going to be on here.
Oh, he'll probably be on.
No, he won't. My internet's messed up. I can't come on and get abused again. I'm going to go cry in my plants.
Hopefully the Gazoo can be with us this evening. Raise us with his presence.
We don't have a big enough screen for that bald head of his.
So, anyways, I'll let the discussion, I'll let you guys lead off. Lead off with what you feel is the biggest topic from the week of professional wrestling. And it probably is going to be something that has to do with last week's information on Vince McMahon and the sexual allegations that have come up against him.
Triple H back in NXT is probably the biggest news of this week.
No, he's not back in NXT.
No?
No. He's actually heading up Raw. It's from the last report I read.
So I thought I heard he's like he went to down to the performance center.
He was at the performance center. He said that he's back, but from what's being reported, and I read it just recently, that he might be heading up Raw Creative, which was going to happen even before Vince stepped down.
So if Triple H is going to head up Raw Creative, does that do anything for some of the guys that people feel are not getting the, so to speak, push and or proper look at on the main roster?
From what I read, it's that if he's actually going to be in charge of Raw and has a bigger role in the company, there, from what I read, he could draw back some people that were released. So we'll see what happens. I mean, again, it's all hearsay. Nobody really knows what the hell's going on.
I'd like to see him back in NXT. Bring back the black and gold. Get the
They won't
ratings
do
up.
that. They won't do that. It's too far gone. Changing it again is just going to make it more of a joke than it already is. To be honest with you.
Oh, what? Changing NXT?
Yeah, back to black. And gold.
I'll be honest with you. I kinda, except for the fact that there's no room to work on the outside. I think the whole overall look on what they've done with it actually looks better.
Yeah.
I like the entrance way.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, they wanted NXT was always like they wanted more show than you know what I mean. Like NXT, the black and gold was that dingy, dark, independent kind of feel, and they want to get rid of the independent feel, and that's why they did what they did with 2.0.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really look at it, even when it was at Full Sail University, it had that independent, that indie wrestling vibe. You know what I mean? Just better than AEW. At least they told more consistent storylines than AEW does. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I caught some of AEW on Wednesday in the midst of working 13 to 14 hours a day. Tristan's heel. Okay. Big deal. You know what I mean? It's nothing. It's nothing that they did that shocked anybody. It's either going to be Cesaro or Gargano tomorrow night. I'm leaning towards Cesaro. I don't think Gargano's going to make that jump yet.
To where?
To replace Daniel Bryan's replacement. Because he's supposedly injured. I mean, they could be pulling a big swerve and it's actually going to be Daniel Bryan, but who knows?
Well, only because I was just going through my Dirt Sheet Radio right now.
Well, I'm sorry. Because they're about as good as Meltzer right now, but go on.
Oh, hey, Meltzer. Anyways, it was reported that Cesaro, Fightful Select reports that Cesaro has been at Flatbacks in Orlando multiple times over the last several weeks, training in the ring.
Yep.
So
I believe Fightful Select more than I do Dirt Sheet Radio.
Who runs Flatbacks?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably some
probably
some indie guy or a guy that was like a Ring of Honor dude that's down there or somebody. Or Mickey Biggs looks like he might have been fast on track looking on the online to see who is
Mickey Biggs is drunk.
Flatbacks.
Oh, I'm not drunk, but I'm not feeling much right now.
Same thing.
Flatbacks in Orlando. It's a wrestling training facility.
The big thing that keeps coming up is that, Sasha Banks going to be heading to AEW. Dude, she's still on the WWE website. She's not released. So, I mean, and now with Stephanie in charge, I'm sure they're trying to smooth that fence quickly.
Yeah.
So I highly doubt she's released. WWE hasn't said boo about it. And usually when they release somebody, it's within 24 hours they're reporting it. And nothing's been said.
I don't know if this means anything, but her T-shirt was on sale for half price on WWE Shop.
That doesn't mean that means dick.
Yeah.
That's just like Bray Wyatt filed a trademark for Wyatt 6, and he used a lawyer that works with AEW. Everybody thinks he's going to AEW. That means nothing. Zero. Like, I just love the marks and the armchair bookers. I have to use your saying, Jay. I'm not talking about Capelli, but these guys on the Facebook pages that,
You like that?
Yeah, I do like that. I use it a lot. Trust me. Oh, he's going to AEW. Oh, he's going to AEW because he's used a lawyer that works with AEW to trademark something. No, it doesn't mean anything. It means he filed for a trademark. Whoop-de-doo. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand people how they think. And if he goes to AEW, so be it. He'll be lost in a shuffle in a month. And he wants $5 million a year. Khan's not going to pay him $5 million a year and then shank friggin' MJF. It's not going to happen.
Not when he's only getting 916 views a week, 916,000 views a week.
Yeah.
He's not breaking 1 million.
No, he can't.
They're
And
not.
he might as well shut down Rampage. Their last Friday was like 330 or something like that. 330,000 in the ratings.
It's because people already know what's going on.
Yeah.
Nobody watches it.
Because you tape it the night after right after freaking Dynamite, and you keep the fans in the building for freaking 12 hours. Like, nobody wants to sit through 6 to 8 hours of wrestling. I don't. I'm in the business, and I still don't. I can't wait to get out of a show. Well, that's you, Pelly. If you want to sit there for 8 hours, go right ahead. I have a life.
Sorry. No.
He was
Back in the day, not anymore.
8 hours.
Yeah.
No way.
Because you figure they filmed Dark before Dynamite.
I thought Dark was in Orlando in some studio.
No, sometimes they film it before Dynamite or Evolution, whatever one it is.
Yeah.
Then they film Dynamite, and that's a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
And then they film freaking they do Rampage, which is a 2-hour show.
1 hour.
1 hour, whatever. You're still 5 or 6 hours in a night.
Yeah, nobody wants to be there.
No.
But they do a doc before Dynamite.
Yeah.
I think Dark Evolution.
Yeah.
But there is one of their online programs is done in Orlando or done in Jacksonville.
Well, I was talking to Robo the last time I see him, and he's like, when he goes down there, it's a long day. It's like you're there for like 8 or 9 hours as talent. So it's not, you know what I mean? WWE used to do that. They used to go live on Raw and then do SmackDown right afterwards, or film it the following day.
Yeah,
that's hard on people. People don't want to sit there that long. I'm sure Forbesy's probably in the corner somewhere, being all happy with himself because he thinks that Bray Wyatt's going to WWE. I mean, the AEW.
I think WWE, they can do it for 3 hours rather than AEW doing it for so long because the product's better, the production's better.
Dude, even Raw, right? But Raw's too long now. Like, they need to cut that back to 2 hours.
Remember when Raw used to go like 2 hours and 15 minutes?
Oh yeah,
and you would be like, "Wow, Raw's needs to be longer." You were like, you think it could go longer?
Yeah, it's like, and they were doing that because they were in direct competition with WCW, and they were getting their asses handed to them.
At the same time, they also had really good stuff that was going on.
Yeah, not anymore. Sometimes it's hard for me to watch. I didn't even watch NXT on Tuesday night because I worked 16 hours Monday night, and then I worked another 13 on Tuesday. I was dead tired. I'm going to bed.
Only because I'm able to, I will watch Forbidden Door tomorrow evening, just to take a look at it.
Enjoy that shit show.
I think that, hear me out, I think all in all, it really did have it had an interest, but it being all of New Japan,
Not That one women's match. Is there a women's match on there? I didn't think there
I
was.
to tell you the truth, Mike, I really don't know. I'm just
I don't
interested
know.
to see.
I don't think so.
I'm just interested to see some of them, whatever and whoever's on it.
Actually, there is. It's Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa for the title.
Okay, that
Well-
sounds like a good one. Do you see that Tony Storm? I guess with her hip attack, she knocked out Britt Baker.
Yeah. Yep.
Got a lot of heat for it backstage too.
Yeah. Well, not for
Almost did
nothing.
the same
Like,
thing to Marina Shafir on Wednesday.
What was that? She
She
did the
almost
same
did the same
thing.
thing to Marina Shafir on Wednesday.
She always did the same thing, or she did the same thing.
Almost. She did the same gimmick, and it looked just the same as what she did to Britt Baker. I think she was a little bit out of it, but
Listen, I let her run her ass into my face any day of the week. That's the truth. I wouldn't even pull it. I just go like that. I'd headbutt it.
So the official lineup for Forbidden Door is Jay White versus Hangman Page versus Okada versus Adam Cole for the IWGP World Heavyweight Title.
That's a barn burner.
John Moxley versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the interim AEW World Title. Will Ospreay versus Orange Cassidy for the IWGP United States Title. Thunder Rosa versus Tony Storm for the AEW Women's Championship. FTR versus Jeff Cobb and Great Okan versus Roppongi Vice for the ROH and IWGP Tag Titles. Pac versus Miro versus Malachi Black versus Clark Connors for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. Zack Sabre Jr. versus the newest member of Blackpool Combat Club. Eddie Kingston versus Shota Umino and Wheeler Yuta versus Chris Jericho, Minoru Suzuki, and Sammy Guevara. Dudes with Attitude, Sting, Darby Allin, Hiroshima Takahashi versus Bullet Club, the Young Bucks, El Phantasmo, and Hikaru. The Gun Club versus Max Carter versus NJP Dojo, team of the DKC, Kevin Knight, Alex Coughlin, and Yuaya Yomura. Keith Lee and Sweet Strickland versus El Desperado and Yoshinobu Kanemaru, and that's in the pre-show. And then QT Marshall and Aaron Solo versus Haruki Goto and Yoshi-Hashi in the pre-show.
Don't expect to see QT Marshall in AEW much longer. Rumor has it he wants to jump to WWE. Follow Cody.
I heard the same thing.
Yeah. So basically, it's the shits.
No, I think that 4-way with Adam Cole and whatchamacallit's going to be a good one.
Listen, Adam Cole is not the same wrestler he was in NXT.
No,
it's sad to say it, but he really
it is.
Now.
But I just have a feeling that match is going to be good. I have a feeling that the Adam Page matchup.
That's the 4-way.
Yes. I think that one's going to end up this. I think that one's going to be a good one. I think the Will Ospreay match with Orange Cassidy is going to tell a really good story. I think that one's going to be a good one.
I've watched Ospreay wrestle twice now on AEW. Really not that impressed. I think Cassidy's a way better worker than that kid is.
I just think their styles are going to mesh very well, and it's going to be a very enjoyable match to watch.
Yeah, well, everybody thinks that Orange Cassidy is a one-trick pony, but nobody really realizes that kid can go when he has to.
I'm interested in seeing anything that's a collaboration of two different companies, because let's just face it, even if the business is a work, you still have the notoriety of my company's better than yours, my performance better than yours, and you have all that egotistical stuff that has to go on with, with things. Just like I think it's a very hard show. We're going out back to say, no, I think my guy deserves to go over. No, I think my guy deserves. Especially you have Moxley versus a guy that doesn't even belong with AEW. Then if this dude, even he's not even known. Like, I don't really know who it is. Who's he working again? Who's Moxley working again there, Biggie Biggs?
That was that Hero Nanashi or whatever the heck his name is.
Yeah, like I don't even know who he is.
Let me ask you a serious question. Okay, so they're calling this pay-per-view the Forbidden Door, right? Is it really the Forbidden Door? Like, honestly, they've been working together since the Rip. Is it really the Forbidden Door? No.
Yeah.
If it was the Forbidden Door, it would have guys from WWE on that pay-per-view. That's the Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
New Japan is not the Forbidden Door. And it cracks me up when I read stuff online on Facebook. Oh, it's the Forbidden Door. No, because they've been working together since the Rip. So,
can you work the wrestling crowd and if say you got 6 ex-WWE guys that you just have them show up to the pay-per-view as a group, infiltrate the show? Could
NW all over again?
Basically, yes, but it would never approach would never approach that type of hemisphere, Mike. We know that.
Well, I understand that, but if
that's why I described it like that and didn't say if an NWO sort of group just like came during the pay-per-view, but like if an NWO group came to the pay-per-view that just everybody knew those guys were all ex-WWE guys, and nobody thought that they, you know what I mean, and just
right. But
could it happen?
Tony Khan's not that smart. That's number one. So, I mean, if he was that smart, he would get guys that have been off the radar, like Matt Cardona, all them guys.
Cardona has a torn bicep, I think
right.
it is.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is he would get guys that are like off the radar, that haven't been heard from or seen from since they've been released, and do it that way.
Yeah.
But people who just got released or been or I should say higher tier talent in WWE, it's not going to work. The smart mark's going to see right through it.
Yeah. Well, even if it was for one night, I still think that's a better way of saying, okay, a Forbidden Door was what did happen.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand, New Japan Pro Wrestling and the Forbidden and AEW have been always working together.
I know that since the start of time, and Ring of Honor.
Right. So you're calling it the Forbidden Door. It's really not the Forbidden Door at all. It's like, and that's what I don't understand where some of these marks buy into it. Oh, it's the Forbidden Door. No, it's not. It's just they're sharing. They've always been sharing talent. I mean, Moxie's been over New Japan how many times since he signed with AEW? A dozen.
Yes, because originally he was a New Japan talent.
Right. So I mean, like, everybody wonders why Cody Rhodes left. I'm going to tell you, I can tell you probably the reason why he left. It's because the writing's on the wall, the sinking ship. The sinking ship. If you look at the ratings week by week, even Dynamite are progressively going down. This last week's Dynamite was 880,000.
I think it's because this new age wrestling, this indie wrestling, is not getting over.
How about this? Do you want to just say that they're trying to follow a pattern that was that of a sinking ship?
WCW.
Yes. Just by being on TNT? Does anybody ever think of that?
I do all the time. Sideshow Bob even made a comment about that. He goes, this feels like Starrcade 1995. No, it doesn't. Not at all. Not even close.
Well, yeah, because that's when I believe it's New Japan or All Japan or whatchamacallit did the thing with WCW.
Yeah, but that was done better.
I'll let you know after watching it tomorrow night.
Well, again, you have to look at the two people who are running companies. You have Tony Khan, who is clueless, and then you had Eric Bischoff that had some sort of knowledge because look what he did with the NWO. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he had the audacity and the balls to go after WWE. Tony Khan can say he's going after WWE all he wants. He's never going to win.
He ain't really going after anybody because when push comes to shove, the WWE does 4 shows a week at least, and AEW does 1.
Yep.
If Tony Khan was
Oh,
smart enough, he wouldn't even try. He wouldn't
right.
even try.
And then he goes, "Oh, the Friday Night Wars, dude. You're going off of one time that you ran head to head with WWE and you beat them by a point. Other than that, SmackDown has been kicking your ass every single week by 1.5 million viewers a week.
Tony Khan can't carry Vince McMahon's jockstrap.
No, not even close.
Tony should be worried about his own product, and then not worrying about.
I've been
WWE.
saying that from the beginning, and nobody it was, oh no, he's got to throw shade. You know, like Forbes says, he's got to throw shade at him. That's how you get competition. But there's not really competition.
There isn't, no.
Dynamite was going against NXT. It's their developmental territory. Like, come on. You know what I mean?
That says something that your talent's going up against this. It to a certain extent, can I tell you, it was talent that was in the WWE that was developmental
Right.
versus a company that had, say, if you had NXT with Chris Jericho, because that's basically a most established guy other than Cody Rhodes, say at the time, right?
Yep. Yep.
That would be like saying that would just take down any 15-year veteran, make them a main staple of NXT, and then take a 10-year veteran and make them a main staple of NXT with a bunch of young guys. That's essentially what AEW was. And it went up against a young mainstream company that had no top backbone talent to say that they were the leaders of the ship.
So I have a question for everybody. Hold on a second, Pebble. Let me get this out. Has anybody seen the clip of Heartland, whatever his name is, from MLW?
I saw a picture with him and Cross there.
Okay.
Hearing Cross.
Google the clip of him in the ring, and now you know why he was released. He is the other shits. Bad. Like, real bad. Like, Forbesy would do better in the ring than this kid.
Why
How
he worked a match for MLW?
He debuted at MLW this past weekend in a battle royal, like the Royal Rumble style kind of match.
Yeah.
And he looked like he was going to kill somebody with the clotheslines that he was throwing. They were horrendous. Horrendous. If he ever stiffed me with a clothesline like that, I would whip that kid's ass in 2 seconds. That is ridiculous. Like, if you Google that clip, oh my God, it was bad. Dude, he stiffed a girl. He stiffed freaking Morrison's wife. Bad in the corner, like clubbed her.
Valkyrie.
Kaya Valkyrie?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of funny how Morrison signed with AEW and now he has nowhere to be seen.
Morrison,
his wife is everywhere though. His wife is on Impact. You know what? I have to say, last Saturday evening or Sunday evening, I watched the Impact pay-per-view.
They're way better than AEW.
And it was a really good show. A really good pay-per-view.
I try to catch it on Thursday nights, a little bit of that before I go to bed. and I think it's way more entertaining than AEW.
I watched Impact's pay-per-view Slammiversary. And yeah, I watched that it was either on last Saturday or last Sunday. And it was a great show. Great.
So let's touch on the whole Judgment Day thing. Anybody want to throw their 2 cents in why they haven't been seen on TV?
Yes.
They
Look
weren't
at
even on
who it is. It's a favorite character. The Sticky Fingers himself. Toots extra sweet. Woo! Jimmy Sticky Fingers.
What's up, fellas?
How you doing, buddy?
What I miss? What you cover?
It's basically just we talked a little bit about we touched a little bit about not a little bit, but we really didn't get into the whole Triple H. His whole
Who
new
sounds like
front
they're swallowing the mic?
His new front office job or whatnot. Him being involved with Monday Night Raw and
Mick, did you speak on this yet?
We did not speak on it yet. Nope.
Give him your take, bruh.
They know. We spoke about it last week.
Yeah, I'd like to hear Mickey Biggs' take on the Triple H. Don't call it a comeback. But
Mickey touched on this last week, man. Go ahead, Mick.
So, I mean, like we said last week, and like I posted up today, yeah, there was some things in motion before Vince. All this happened with Vince, like Triple H, getting control of Raw and stuff. But I still think that this was a receipt. I'm still following up with that, saying that Stephanie and Triple H have something to do with this investigation on that front of the receipt for the way Vince handled things and the way that things have been with Triple H. And I say it's a receipt, and I'm going to hold by that. And I think we're going to come out and find out that later on, this is all a direct result of something that Stephanie and Triple H did, so that they could gain control and basically stick it to Vince.
I'll put that 100%. You know why? Because Vince McMahon is what, 76 years old?
okay.
Something like that.
And he's a conniving fuck.
And like I said, Mick, a McMahon is vindictive. It's in their blood. Stephanie is a McMahon. Triple H is the father of her children. She's going to side with Triple H. She's probably taken into account everything that's happened. I know Vince didn't cause his heart issue, but I don't think he helped it stress-wise. And I bet you she's pissed about it. I don't know. We'll see what type of control he has. But I don't expect things to change right away.
I actually think I can see Vince going to jail this time.
Really?
I don't know about that one.
You don't think
if not jail, definitely some type of probation. And
well,
like
it's being said that the woman was a willing participant. So it's not like he raped her.
Yeah, but willing participant or not, he still bought her off with the bribe.
Yeah, well.
And he supposedly
Kevin Dunn was doing inside trading.
And that's actually been proven that he hasn't, because he wasn't on the board any longer.
He wasn't on the board, so
I saw an article that him and Kevin Dunn and Stephanie are not liking each other too much anymore right now.
Yeah, but because he wasn't on the board, they can't deem it insider trading because he didn't have the inside knowledge, quote unquote. Even if he did, he wasn't on the board, so they can't say that he had that inside knowledge to be able to do insider trading.
I mean, a lot of stuff that's coming out, some of it could be just people blowing it up way out of proportion. Some of it could be real. Who knows?
Absolutely. But
we won't know until the 5 law firms are done investigating them. That's what
I'm holding fast to the fact that this is definitely a receipt from Triple H and Stephanie. And the fact that Linda's on board with it because she, they haven't been together for months and months and months and months now.
She must have some
really?
receipts too, Mick.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
See, now the more that maybe and I didn't think the whole. I thought Mick's story was a little far fetched, but the more that everybody else is talking about it now and putting it out there more, I can sort of see this being something that was nudged by one Stephanie McMahon to make
Actually, I
this
think it was
story
nudged by Shane.
by Shane for this to come to the forefront. Really,
I think it was nudged by Shane, to be honest with you.
to make this woman come forth and break the code of silence that she was paid off to
I think so.
basically have.
I think so.
Interesting.
Does anybody feel that Vince's last two appearances had anything to do with maybe his way of saying goodbye, or
No.
just hanging his balls out and say I ain't going nowhere?
Yeah,
No, that was his way of saying I'm not scared. Basically he was doing the Rock, putting the hand out, going bring it.
Yes,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
And everybody, and all the marks that he was going to talk about, he worked every single person to tune in. The ratings were through the roof both nights.
Yep. Absolutely.
Did you
It was
guys
great.
cover like Brock Roman Pot 18 yet?
No, we were gonna, it's an open mic night on Shoot This Shit Saturday night. I'm glad that you came on.
Yeah, just don't shit on anybody this time.
I'm not shitting on anybody except for AEW. So let's
Kelly, you just need to agree and wag
Yeah.
your head, okay? Because Jimmy Fingers is on right now.
All right.
Oh,
no
and
problem.
since you mentioned it earlier about Cardona with his torn bicep,
I believe so.
yeah, the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion is once again Trevor Murdoch.
Is that why he dropped the title, Nick?
I'm pretty sure that's why he dropped the title, because of the torn bicep.
How about Dexter Loomis over there, bro? Oh man,
Dexter
Sam
Loomis
Shaw.
over where?
He's in
NWA.
NWA.
Yeah, what do they call him?
Sam Shaw.
Yeah.
And does he do the same gimmick?
Pretty much.
Yeah. I'm actually working on current NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion as a special guest on the NWA Spotlight show. None other than Homicide himself. I'm working on that, getting that booked.
Good.
What did everybody think of Elias's fake beard?
Loved it. I thought
going to get to that.
It wasn't going to fall off.
I thought that was the most entertaining concept this week.
That was freaking great. Kevin Owens is gold in this.
He really looked
and
like
I think those are the
Elias.
last two. They'll be the last two that's going in Money in the Bank. Kevin Owens and Ezekiel.
I bet
Kevin Owens
that,
is gold.
I
Gold
bet
in
that
this.
beard rubbed his face to get that off, man. That was probably some high deal adhesive.
Oh God, yeah.
And
He
how
looked
do you
like Elias.
how do you get Ezekiel and Elias in Money in the Bank, Belly? How do you pull that off? Okay.
Yeah, it's
All
not
right,
gonna be Elias.
You'd have to have Ezekiel come out first, because otherwise it's going to be a bitch.
Yeah, and then what do you do? What do you do? What do you make? If Ezekiel disappears, and if Elias came out 15 minutes later, that you know what I mean?
Like
Kevin
McFoley.
Owens. They'll be
Yeah.
the next two in the Money in the Bank.
All right,
But
Kelly,
the
next
Elias,
time,
you can't put a beard
just
back
shut
on.
up and wag your head, okay? Because Jimmy Fingers is on the show.
I love it.
It's funny that you could never see AJP's face. It's always in the shadows. His visor is about 6 feet long.
Somebody on Twitch has a question.
Something's got to be 6 feet long.
Oh, shit.
All right, if you're the Twitch person, ask your question that you was on here 7 minutes ago. If you're still there, ask your question anytime. I just didn't highlight it. If you have a question, put the question up there. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Obviously, I'll see it. I'll put the question up there. Now, for right now, you just, you made the panel go, speak quiet, Come on. Come on, Twitch watcher. Give us your question. Then,
You sure it isn't Ferguson trying to ask when he can eat my ass? Anytime, Fergie.
Anytime, Fergie.
Anybody want a moonshine cherry?
Figures, you really are a clown. You know that?
I got a whole jar at the bottom.
So, that's what I've kind of noticed lately. Monday night. Look at that.
You got to support the boys.
He knows how to read. It's a miracle.
The audiobook coming soon.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I got to get on.
I'm working on it.
Good luck with that. Vicky Biggs, make sure you do it in a hot. Make sure you do it in a voice that you're stoned. That's the only way he's going to be able to freaking.
Or he can do it while he's drinking some of that moonshine and give a couple of them burps. And the moon cat flew into the spaceship.
There you
go. Oh my God.
Aye, Captain Moonshine. I mean Moon.
The circus is definitely in town tonight. That's for
sure. It is, buddy. Yes, it is. So what are we thinking about Money in the Bank? And I'm thinking next week is 4th of July weekend.
Next Sunday.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins winning that?
It's yes. I'm gonna stick to what I said. I'm not gonna I seen that you were actually in a little bit of disagreement finally with your man crush love.
Kiss ass Capelli?
Yeah, one Chris Reyes. You finally ixnayed what he said with this whole
off his ass, that's why.
Thinking that Matt Riddle's gonna win it and Matt Riddle, diddle biddle, skittle diddle biddle.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not gonna be Seth Rollins. It's gonna be freaking what the fuck? He just got in. He tagged with Sheamus.
Drew
McIntyre. No, I do believe that's happening.
I do because I want to go back to
Seth Rollins will go on at Money in the Bank.
Nope.
He will go and capture it. Listen, I'm telling you the way it is.
Okay,
I am the Great Gazoo.
I'm working on a helmet. I gotta paint a helmet green and put antennas.
And I'm bringing it to you right now. Seth Rollins will win Money in the Bank. He'll go to England or wherever the fuck that pay-per-view is. And he's stealing the belt that night against McIntyre and Reigns. Cody will win. The the fucking 30-man shithead gimmick there.
My gosh.
And they'll keep Cody healthy till WrestleMania, and WrestleMania will be Rollins, Cody, the redemption for the title, and that's the way it's gonna be because the Great Gazoo said so.
You sound like
everybody must get stoned.
The lead writer of WWE, Great Gazoo.
Now, if Triple H and Stephanie somehow assume command here, now does Triple H have the sweetness to go get Wyndham back, Cross back, especially with the roster depleted?
All right, listen.
You can't bring Cross back. Cross has been exposed. You can't bring him back.
I don't care about the exposed part because I believe people forget about that, Mike. I'm going to be honest with you. I've watched a few of his out of WWE matches, and
Yeah.
he's had some decent matches
I
out on the
understand that,
scene.
but they buried that kid. That's what you
So
call being buried, wearing that stupid gladiator gimmick.
I think people will forget about it if he was to come back. You're not gonna remember.
If they
He
give him
does
the
a spot on
presentation
Jesse
he had
Ventura.
in NXT, yes.
I
They
think
won't
it,
because they don't like his wife.
I want his wife's ass right there, man. She's got to be on television.
like
He does a spot on Jesse Ventura.
I think they got so much talent as it is. Why not focus on utilizing some of the people that people like yourself, the legit guy who follows the whole fucking roster and stuff, like the ricochets and concentrate on people like of that magnitude.
Well,
You
you
know,
might see Ricochet get some sort of a push now that Vince is out.
so
Yeah, but look at
you
Ricochet
know,
right now. Look at Ricochet. They put the title on him after he was booked like shit.
Here we
Nobody
go, here we
cared
go.
about him. Yes, he's a great wrestler, but
Here
who
we go.
cares? Nobody. There's too much talent that nobody cares about. Not
dude, when
because
they
they
brought
suck.
him up and they brought him in, he was like a superhero to the little kids. My son was one of the first people to order his figure, and it was on back order.
All I'm saying is that there's just more than Roman and Brock. You know what I mean? They have to
Oh,
go
yeah.
back to Brock because nobody else. Yes, there's injuries, but like the fact that they don't have anybody up to that level is their fault.
Well, you really can't say it's their fault because either the person has it or they don't.
No, not the talent's fault, Mike. Just the way they're
No,
booked. Like, give me Lashley and Lesnar. Like,
you can't say that. You cannot say that it's creator's fault because they could give that person a golden egg, and if he can't carry it and he doesn't have the ability to do it, then it's the talent's fault, not creative. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. Creative can write Cody Rhodes or whoever to be the strongest person in the business in the company, and if he can't come through, he can't come through.
That's why they're not taking anybody from the Indies because they create that golden egg down
Exactly.
performance center.
Exactly.
you're gonna tell me someone like Ali was given a fair shake? I thought
No,
Ali had some.
I'm not saying that it was given a fair shake. The whole redemption gimmick or whatever retribution gimmick was the dumbest thing ever. They did it all wrong.
Agreed.
But what I'm saying is, if they gave Ali a gimmick where it makes him be the bigger than Roman Reigns and bigger than Brock Lesnar, and he can't produce or come through, then it lands on his shoulders. Because again, I could write the best storyline ever and give it to somebody like Pelly or Rumble or Mickey Biggs, and if they don't make it believable in the ring and in front of the crowd, then it's nothing. It's just words on a paper.
Perfect example of that is look at Roman Reigns before the whole tribal chief. I mean, he was
horrible. They were jamming him down everybody's throat.
Exactly, and he was horrible, but they kept giving it to him and he just couldn't carry it by himself. And
he's always been a top merchandiser with WWE. It's just he was jammed down a lot of people's throats. He was liked by kids more than the regular average adult.
And
that was his problem.
Right. But when he went heel and he teamed up with Paul Heyman, it worked. Without Paul Heyman, it would not work.
That's why, what was it, when he first broke away from the Shield, he won
Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble.
He won Royal Rumble, and everybody booed him out of the house because they didn't believe that he was the one already to go to the top of the mountain as a babyface. And that was because Vince had already seen Young Rock with him.
Well, I think that was Daniel Bryan's spot, though, too. I think that was the reason for his heat.
But they did see. They to ways, shapes, and forms. I'm glad they didn't go that way because the crowd and the a real legitimate WWE faithful fan was not ready to accept Roman Reigns in that head babyface role.
Right, and you can't and like a lot of people are comparing it to The Rock. Rock was the shits as a baby face, came back as a heel, but Rock has that natural ability to talk on the mic. Roman Reigns does not have that.
Yeah, but Mike, they didn't wait 5 years to do it with Rock. It took them about 6 months to a year tops. We all knew that Roman should have been healed with a mouthpiece 5 years ago.
The Rock's career was basically 10 to 12 years in the WWE at most.
Right.
One of the main reasons why John Cena became John Cena is because The Rock basically tears ears off.
Yep.
Yeah, Rock
You know,
was done by 03, dude. He was done by 03. So it wasn't even 10 years.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
He was he was already doing movies after 2003. After he lost to Goldberg, he took off, did the Mummy King or whatever, then came back in a gimmick match for WrestleMania 20 versus the Flair and Triple H with Mick Foley, and then he was gone.
After that's right, 2003, 2004-ish is when he took on Mother's Hours. That's when a lot of rumblings in the backstage that he was only showing up for the big shows, meaning a pay-per-view, and that was it. Yeah, that's when he got the bite of the Hollywood bug.
Yep, Roman's got 1 foot out.
Yeah,
Roman's got 1 foot out. After next year's Mania, he'll be doing a movie. Good.
That's why I really think it's important that they keep Matt Riddle's push till next year, and he needs to. I think it makes more sense for a guy like Riddle to still continue to get the rub of a guy like maybe going through a credible feud with like a Randy Orton of some way, shape, and
Randy Orton might be done completely with the thing about his back.
Yeah, I heard it.
Riddle, Seth Rollins, the next feud.
Pelly, just sit there and go like this. That's all you need to do.
It's all you're allowed to do, Peligo. Yes, I agree.
I agree.
I'm looking forward to.
Who's breathing like Darth Vader over here?
That's Mickey Biggs because he's drunk. Now he's
I'm
frozen.
looking forward to Riddle and Seth Rollins. I think Riddle's one of the top baby faces right now, and Seth Rollins is coming the top heel. Why not put them together?
So much for that question.
I agree. Seth Rollins is the top heel, but Seth Rollins also, in many ways, shapes, and/or forms. If the switch flipped tomorrow, Seth Rollins, I believe, can be the top babyface also.
Yeah, he's
not with that. That laugh sucks.
Yet again, you're clueless. He's so talented that he can switch it no matter what.
I like his goofy laugh.
That's good. You're a goof. That's why.
Well,
I am.
Here it goes.
Yay! You're a goof. That's
he
why.
He shit on you and then left.
I know. Wow.
The Don Cherry suits are over with me too. I like those Don Cherry suits.
I do. I like the fact that him and Big Time Bex have their own fashion persona.
No, Becky Lynch is starting to get Becky Lynch is starting to get on my nerves like Charlotte Flair did.
She's like Gollum.
I don't know, Jason. That sounded like the love child between Capelli and Seth Rollins right there. That laugh.
Mickey Biggs, just keep drinking your moonshine and quiet down over there.
I'm on bottle number 2 now. Apple pie moonshine.
Your impression of Capelli is so bad. It's gold. It's funny.
No, it's not. It's spot on, you moron.
It's spot on. It's it. See?
He went away again.
It's cause your mouth and nose are so far up my ass, you can't hear my voice.
Absolutely. every time
Fingers. It's cause your mouth and nose are so far buried up my ass, you can't really hear my voice.
every time he posts something, this kiss ass is like, I agree. Oh, okay, I agree.
I agree with Chris Reyes.
Can I do something for you? He's like that cartoon, the two dogs. The
He's
little
right.
dog following around the big one.
Eric Bischoff was at a Chinese food restaurant and had a fortune cookie and broke it open, and it said, you should create the NWO, and he did it. The next week, the NWO was formed with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash being signed to contracts. I agree with Chris Reyes.
Chris, you had Chinese food once. It tastes so good coming out.
He had it at the Kowloon restaurant.
You all right there, Mickey Big?
Oh, shit.
You're on fire tonight, B.
That shot went down the wrong way.
Thank you. I'm telling you, though, Seth Rollins will be Money in the Bank because money talks and the bullshit walks, and you can take that to the bank.
Don't forget, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Where there's smoke, there's a giant fart out of my ass. That's right.
That's a rib right there.
That's all my brain fluids from my hard thinking on how I would book Monday Night Raw. So that James Forbes would agree 100% with me.
Forbes, did you have a shrine to Capelli, like a big kazoo helmet? And like
no, but I'm really thinking of this week making it one and having Mickey Biggs put a video calling it the Great Kazoo Moment, and me playing it, and I come up on the screen with a green face mask and a big bulbous helmet with 2 antennas. And I just break it down real for you. I'm a legit booker would do it.
You're a dick.
I wish I had
licorice and was swallowed it.
I wish I had some footage of Capelli. I would put a video together with him in the Great Kazoo.
Don't worry about it. The Kazoo will be coming to you soon.
We should have a segment called Kazoo's Corner.
I will. I'm thinking of making like this weird scruffy beard and a scruffy wig with like 6 hairs on it. And the beard having like a Captain Lou elastic or two.
Dude,
and that would be my Jimmy Fingers complaint corner with Jimmy Fingers. Boo!
I'm dying to see what I would like to know what size helmet he wears. Look legit.
Don't worry about it. It's coming.
If you need somebody to agree with you, have Pelly, the professional head head wagger, whatever you call him.
I'm like a little puppet.
This week I'm on a hunt for a green helmet.
Like the dude Jim Dunham. He has that grouchy guy Walter Allen Pelly.
Just get an 80s Eagles helmet, Mike, and peel off the decal.
I'm gonna get a bike.
That's too dark. That's too dark.
I'll just get a bicycle helmet, make it look fucking aerodynamic.
You got to get those old-fashioned open-face motorcycle helmets.
Yeah.
And hopefully find one that's green. If not, I'll spray paint that like a lime green and then glue antennas on it. We'll be all set.
Either way, I don't want copyright infringement.
I'll ship it to you, Jay. I'm not even kidding to you. I will ship that to you. You can wear it on the air.
All right. So we're coming up to an hour mark. I've shitted on Capelli. I love him to death.
He's gonna be so mad. Watch, he'll be responding. God damn it! Why are you picking on me?
It's been a week. I know that it takes a lot longer to hear of things that would probably come out of this situation with Vincent Kennedy McMahon. But if things were like I asked last week, if things were to get a lot more heated and such, he got to the point where Stephanie was told that the company would be better off with him not being around. Does Vince go easy?
No.
No.
You know why? Because that's his baby and he created it. He will fight
Created it,
tooth
yeah,
and nail to stay there.
That's his, man.
Even if Stephanie is being told it's best for business, that Vince is not.
He will fight it. I'm telling you right now, that man has an ego the size of fucking Capelli's head, and he will not leave.
If he didn't have an ego like he does, there wouldn't be WWE the way it is today.
That's right.
You know, believe it or not, the fixed hat size of one Adam Jack Pelly is actually an 8 1/8 inch, and Capelli actually has a smaller fixed hat size. It's just maybe that Capelli has a large forehead that accentuates the size of the bulbousness of his head.
I'm buying this, Mickey Biggs. Without a doubt, I am buying it and painting that some bitch green and putting antennas on it. Not even kidding you.
Remember we had the talk about that on there, Adam Jack Pelly, when we asked him?
I'll send you the whole link. I'll send you the whole link.
Can anybody see the big helmet? I'm buying it and painting it green. Guaranteed. The visor's got to come off, but other than that, I'm getting it.
Oh, okay.
Mike, you still the Forbidden Door tomorrow?
Fuck no. I'd rather watch paint dry.
Are you making the turkey tips?
Yes. Come on over. We'll swim.
Right now, I have to pay a guy $300 to come over and fill my pool because I have a well and my well won't support my pool filling, and because all the fire departments where I live are all they're not publicly funded. They are basically volunteer.
That's because you live in Hickville. That's why.
Yeah, I know.
How many gallons does your pool be?
5,000.
Well, 300's not a bad price. I had to pay $450 for mine.
Wow.
I had them bring water to me.
Yep. You can't just go. You don't have fire hydrants.
Yeah, I had my water delivered too.
It's better to have it delivered, to be honest with you. Because they
really?
purify it. Yeah, they purify it.
Everybody's frozen. Jesus.
No, we're not. We're not frozen, buddy.
It's because you got shitty internet, you tard.
Is your internet shitty and weak? Yes, his name's Jimmy Fingers.
It should be Bozo the Clown.
I should have just left the phone by itself.
You should have, buddy. Because we're getting ready to wrap things up.
He can't even hear us. Yeah, everybody's frozen.
Oh. Are we still frozen? Jimmy Fingers.
He's doing it frozen.
That's because I moved.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I had water delivered, Jay. It was $450 for my 5,000 or whatever.
There you go. I got
a water bill.
I got a 40. Oh, why you would pay?
Bill, I guess
you would pay more through your water bill than you would to have it than having it delivered.
Massachusetts, of course he would.
Really?
It was good while it lasted.
Yeah, I bought a 15-foot round, 4-foot tall pool. Little over 5,000 gallons.
Hey, a pool's a pool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wish I had a pool.
8-person pool. I'll have it ready by next week. I have it up with the rainwater. I was able to flatten out the bottom of it, so when they come, they'll be able to just perfectly fill it up.
You should suck that rainwater out, though.
Why is that?
It's acid rain. You don't want to swim in that shit.
There ain't
enough chlorine in the world to sterilize that.
It's about this much.
I still pump it out.
All right. I thought shocking it, I'd be all set.
No, if you just get like a small pump, drop it in there, it'll suck it right out.
So
Either that, or just have Capelli come over and headbutt it. It'll go right out.
headbutt the ground like Thor's hammer.
Oh yeah. Well, he could be a substitute hammer on a construction site with that head.
So Forbes, I did talk a little bit about Forbidden Door. I think that it would have been cool if there was like I think they could still pull something off if like Braun Strowman and a group of unsigned WWE guys was go there to disrupt things, and it was just a one night thing.
Fuck.
Has anybody seen Braun Strowman's look now?
No,
Dyed his hair white.
he dyed his hair white.
Yeah, it's whiter than your beard.
Hey.
And he's got that stupid V, and it looks like a freaking. He looks worse than Forbes' hairdo.
Shows elegance.
Forbes, take your hat off.
He looks like a supersized Santa Claus.
Forbes, you take it. Oh,
Forbes' internet sucks at work.
can't even abuse him anymore. It's not fun.
All right.
Plain sucks.
Well,
Doesn't matter if it's at work or home.
that it does. So it's safe to say that vengeances. Yeah, that's what this person here on.
Yeah, their question flew by the pants.
Yeah. Vengeances. Okay. Well, Jimmy Fangers, it was good to have you on. We're gonna call it a night, and you know, I was gonna say take the weekend off, but let's give them a short little show with the special Thursday night throwdown. It's gonna have to be more to the 9 o'clock side of things.
Can't do that, bro. Can't do that to me. I get up at 4:30 every morning.
Yeah, I have basketball camp till 8 o'clock.
If you do it on a Friday, I'm good.
I won't be on Friday night as All Stars for softball, and I'm going to take a 3-hour ride to pick up my dog afterwards.
Before we go, did anybody read what the Undertaker's up to now?
No,
actually, Saturday night the 2nd, we'll play it by ear. If not, we'll take the weekend off.
Okay. What's Undertaker doing, Mickey Biggs?
So Undertaker now is being booked to go to these different places to tell his 30 years in pro wrestling, and basically just doing public talks about his 30 years in pro wrestling.
Listen, his Hall of Fame speech was gold.
Absolutely.
That's amazing that he's doing that.
I kind of had a feeling that's what his Hall of Fame speech was leading to, and if we had footage of that, I believe I might have made a mention to the show that we did leading to the aftermath of the Hall of Fame inductions, and I might have said that I believe that his next career will be in that type of speaking role. Yep.
So who's the Facebook user that's asked the question about Brian and Forbidden Door? Jay.
Wow. I don't know. I wasn't logged in on my computer.
No, whatever. Don't worry.
I logged out.
I'll check. Hold on.
Probably like Nick Allison McKenna.
No, it's Forbes. It's Forbes.
Replacing Brian at Forbidden Door.
It's Forbes. Idiot.
Who? All right. With this, the last one right now, I'll say this. I believe it's Cesaro.
I agree. I believe it's Cesaro.
Or it could be the Ultimate Swerve, and it's actually Brian. But I think it's going to be Cesaro, too.
I think it's Cesaro.
I'll agree with you all.
Just wag your head.
Go like this, Capelli. I agree.
Go like this, Kelly. Yes, sir, James Forbes, sir. All right, boys. So next week, we'll plan tentatively for Saturday.
Is it going to be Bray Wyatt? No, it's not going to be Bray Wyatt.
Oh, Jesus. The more and more the moron show goes now. I'm sorry.
I want to see who that was.
That was definitely Forbes. I'm sorry, but Bray Wyatt doesn't fit the mold of a shooter.
Forbes. Yeah, it's Forbes.
All right, everyone.
Go home and shut up.
Yeah, do your wife a favor. Go home. Or maybe do your wife a favor and go water the garden. I don't think she wants you coming in right away. All right, fellas. I'll catch you all. I'll catch you next week. And thank you to everybody out in Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. And another great addition to Inside the Gorilla Position. And Shoot the Shit Saturday night.
It should have been like shit on Capelli night, because that's what you did.
Hey, listen. I didn't shit on him. I just, my inner Capelli.
Yes, you did.
Rob, look, I told you the way it should be.
You did. You took a drizzling shit on Capelli right now.
I didn't. I love him.
He sounds like the love child of Capelli and Marlon Brando in The Godfather.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
That's him. Capelli. What you gonna do when the Cash Money Boy
goes for you?
Goes wild on you. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. I'm going to bed.
All right, boys. All right, everyone. We'll catch you next week. The Inside the Gorilla Position. I'm the BBB, Jason Rumble. The clown next to me is my son, JD. And he's quite entertaining. But Adam Jack Melly, for the producer, Mickey Biggs, for the AP to the O to the C. Have a good one. We'll see you all next week.
Maybe.
Cells with their books. They used to time to feed their minds, don't care about the dirty looks.